right. Welcome once again to Real Estate Reality, the live stream with Darren and Joe over at Urban Hillsides Real Estate. Here to impart, hopefully, some education, some support for both sellers and buyers in this crazy market. And whether we're helping two here on this stream or 200, we're here to be with you and try to make sense of it, at least as much as we can, right, Darren?
Way to lay it all out, Joe. Good job, man. I'll get it.
Yeah. So before we get started, let me get the boring stuff out of the way. Not memorized, but here's our disclaimer. Darren Hubert and Joe Cloninger are real estate agents at Keller Williams Los Feliz under the Urban Hillsides brand. All opinions expressed by Urban Hillsides or guests on this video are solely their opinions and do not reflect the opinions of Keller Williams Los Feliz. You should not treat any opinion expressed by Urban Hillsides as a specific inducement to make a particular investment or follow a particular strategy, but only as an expression of Urban Hillsides Team's opinions. This video is for informational purposes only. There we go. And can I go ahead and apologize ahead of time, Darren, because I am on a lot of caffeine. My dear wife has got us on a fast day, so I have no food in my system, and I'm just running on empty. So let's see what happens, man.
All right. Well, I had an internet blip there. Hopefully my thing sustains. I have super fast internet, but it just like glitches out sometimes, man. Yeah. It's all crazy.
Yeah. Well, so guys, we'll do the usual. We're going to go through a topic, something we see that might be interesting to you and others as well. We'll be talking about new listings from the last 7 days and also solds from the last 7 days. Kind of pick up and see what happened after those new listings and where they landed. I guess the other thing too, I'm thinking about the email that we just sent out, Darren. We have a new listing about to hit the market today. Darren, do you want to say something about it?
Sure, absolutely. It's a triplex, officially in Mount Washington. Feels a little more like Highland Park, right on the border of the division on Marmion. Mm-hmm. Great old building, two-bedroom units and a studio, plus a detached studio. They are all occupied and will be delivered with tenants. But it's a great building, and gosh, I'm almost embarrassed to say this, but it's under $1 million. So run and get here quickly. It's all insane, but it's a great property. So
for this property, what sort of buyers should be interested in this?
It can be an investment. Yeah, it can be an investment property strictly for an investor. These smaller multi-units often will appeal more to an owner-occupant type buyer. So if you are an owner-occupant seeking a space like this, you're going to have to address the tenant situation after close of escrow. And it's just what it is. And, hopefully you have a good agent who can help advise you on how to navigate that process. It's certainly ideal for that scenario.
Great. So if you are interested, the listing is being prepared right now as we speak. So if you have any questions, just contact us, call us, email us, and we'll fill you in and share more photos and video, that sort of thing. All right. Next on the agenda is Barbara Corcoran Speaks. Darren, you want to kind of summarize it a little bit or just intro it, and I'll get the video together here.
Sure, man. I think every week we're trying to find the topic of, what's the theme of that week? What's the conversation? Maybe some direction on where the market's heading. And this video, we've done a lot of articles and write-ups. This one is specifically a video. And she lays it out like only a shark can, to quote her. And it's just kind of brutal. Particularly if you're a buyer. It's all glorious if you're a seller these days. So we're always looking at both sides and trying to inform. Often a lot of the information they're talking about is the struggle as a buyer, but it's great if you're a seller. So she lays it out, and we'll just kind of pop in here and there where we feel it's worth chatting about and see how it relates to our local market. Again, this is a video about the national market, but it's all very relative. The majority of it is all very relative locally.
Okay, well, let's listen in, and I'll hit it. Uh-oh. And of course, it's not playing. Hold on.
Honor and privilege here of bringing back on one of our guests here to discuss a boom in real estate we've seen play out over the last few months here, continuing to run red hot during the pandemic, with buyers tripping over each other to compete on bids with what little inventory still exists out there on the market. Now, housing experts at Zillow are calling for 2021 to be the hottest year for existing home sales since 2005, notching a more than 17% jump over what we saw happen last year in 2020. This year projecting to hit 6.6 million sales nationwide. And for more on the latest on the real estate front, as well as all things small business, I have the privilege, nay, the honor here of bringing on our favorite shark from the tank. Barbara Corcoran joins us now.
Hi,
Barbara,
Zach.
good to be chatting with you again. Good to see you. I mean, we've talked a lot about real estate being very busy right now, but when you look at it, we're talking also about, inventory shortages. What are you seeing right now? Because it sounds like a lot of buyers are competing against each other.
More than anything else, I'm seeing that every buyer out there is panicked and depressed. They're panicked and depressed for good reason. Most people are being forced to spend a lot more in the house than they ever thought they would. Prices are up. Just in the last 12 months alone, actual sale prices are up 15%. I don't know if that's a record. I just don't remember ever a time where prices went up 15% in a year. I should have really checked that out. Not.
So anything there, Darren?
Sure. 15% in sub-markets and local markets. I'll start with that. Sure. They've gone up that and more. We had consecutive years of that, in Los Angeles, but, nationally, no, that's a big jump. And they are talking about volume here, just to clarify, a 17% increase in volume.
Okay, let's keep going.
My memory anyway. And you know what? The people are making bids, putting 10% down, more often 20, 25% down, and they're waiving all their contingencies. And that's proving a problem most recently because people are not getting the financing. They've made an all cash bid, or they're waiving inspections, and they find that there's a lot wrong with the house and they're already committed. So overall, I would say that the buyers have had the toughest, especially last 6 months, than I have ever seen in my life.
Yeah, that's why it seems to me.
Stop there.
Yeah. There's a lot to unpack there. I mean, I'll go back to panic and depressed. As it shows right there. If you're a buyer right now, it's brutal. It's just brutal. And then leading into what she's saying, removing contingencies, and gosh, if you're doing that, and we've done it, you need to have some really good agents that understand the process and have really good lenders. You're not removing contingencies with, some big bank lender. They're not navigating. They're not in the weeds with you, making it work, man. I mean, our lenders are in the weeds and they know it and they understand it. So it's tough though, man. I mean, some buyers are seeing the market run away. You've got a reasonable amount who are stepping back saying, this is just too aggressive. It's too much. I'm going to wait for it to come down. Nobody's saying it's going to come down out there in the market at all. That doesn't mean it won't, but that's certainly not the prediction from anybody trying to futurize what's going to happen in the market.
Well, we'll hit the play button here, but yeah, it's fairly evenly balanced here between her and the journalists. So let's keep going.
Yes.
All right.
To me, like, it might be time to hit the brakes if you are a buyer out there, right? I mean, if you're kind of having to deal with all that, the Zillow survey says that 1 in 10 Americans say they've already moved in the past year. I suspect that it might get a little bit more intense in terms of the buyers' competition here. So when you see that, would your advice be maybe, wait a bit if you can here, since it seems like supply and demand so out of whack?
No, because I don't see any end in sight. If you're going to wait even 3 months, you're going to pay another 3-4% for a house 3 months from today. So no, that's not a good philosophy. That would, you're hiding out, hoping that we have a bubble, which we're never going to, which this is nothing like a bubble. No, prices are going to keep going up. I think for the buyers out there, I think there's a couple of things that can be very helpful.
Anything there,
Yeah.
Dan?
Oh, for sure, to unpack there. You know, that's just what we said. People are sitting around thinking it's a bubble. There's enough articles being printed and discussed about that. You know, I had a conversation with somebody who I really like, and we deal with some people who are super smart and very engaged and read a lot. I mean, it's awesome, but there's certainly plenty of ways to talk yourself out of buying.
I know what you're going to say. Yeah.
And I think it's even harder for a lot of highly educated people who are certainly getting in for the first time to understand the logic of it's like they're jumping off a cliff. They really struggle with it. And I've just been straight with some of them and said, if you're just trying to rationalize it before you make a move, you probably won't make a move.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't need to buy. Maybe you need to wait for a much longer cycle to come back.
Yeah.
So there's no logic to it, but it's happening. And why is it not a bubble, as she says? And we keep hearing that repetitively as well. It's not a bubble because of supply and demand, number one. And number two, because unlike 12, 13 years ago, the financials are very strong. People are well qualified who are buying these properties these days, and they're putting down payments down. And it's very much unlike it was in the last real estate bubble.
Well, I just read this morning. I might have the number wrong, but we'll still get the message. Because of the pandemic, people have a lot of savings. They haven't been able to spend their money. And it's something like $5 trillion in savings. So that's the rest of the wave,
Maybe there's a shift. Certainly, they've identified a lot of shifts towards what they call submarkets. Okay, people are like moving down a market, but even in those submarket moves where people are making, they're finding, So, for example, if you're going from Los Angeles to Phoenix, because you like the heat, first off, but secondly, because it's a much more affordable market. What you're finding is that maybe Los Angeles has gone up 10% in price, but Phoenix has gone up 20%. Those submarkets have risen even more because that's a trend that's been happening all year during the pandemic. People are moving. They talk about a lot of moves. I'll be curious to see next year if there are more, how all those moves shake out post-pandemic. And I don't think anybody completely knows that, although urban areas are expected to thrive again.
To come back, right. Well, so there you go, guys. Don't intellectualize too much. It's too hard to deal with.
Be educated, but I just say you can pretty easily talk yourself out of it if you want to. Yeah.
Much easier to say no. Okay,
let's
keep going.
Number one, they should know what they're signing up for when they go out. Most are in shock, just that they're going to have to stretch on price. And most importantly, they're going to have to put their biggest bid up front. I mean, most buyers take the loss of 3 or 4 houses before they realize they have to really put their belly up to the bar. So figure out what's the absolute most you'll really spend on the house and put that bid in right on the front side. Because most houses are only staying on the market 1 day to 8 days right now. So you don't have the time to go back and put in a better bid. It's not that kind of a market. I think having an attitude that this is not your dream home. What you're really doing is getting in the game. It's important to get in the game and have a chip on the table so you can play the game as you need a bigger backyard, you need more space for your kids, blah, blah, blah. And a lot of people are taking that first purchase too seriously. And
wow. It's almost like we're in parallel about this.
Right. Our language is very similar. Yeah. Yeah, you talk about that a lot, Joe, when we go out and look at houses. Why don't you elaborate on that a little bit?
I'm trying to remember what I say. What do I say, Darren?
It's kind of about, it is about getting in the game. You need to start building equity. You need to, there is a savings when you get in. There's a forced savings that comes with home purchasing. And it's not, it probably isn't going to be your dream home. So the question is, where are you willing to sacrifice? And sometimes, like she said, it's 3 or 4 houses in where you identify where you're willing to sacrifice. And, recently we wrote an offer, and it was for us a huge offer price wise. And basically what we said, we say this to most people, what price are you willing to pay where if you lose the house, if you don't get it, you won't regret it? Because that's the language we're using these days. It's not about, can I, squeeze out 5 or 10 less? It's about, okay, if you wrote this price and you didn't get it, you're going to be mostly okay with that. Or you feel like you at least gave it your best shot and there really wasn't much more you could do.
Yeah.
That's what we're telling our buyers these days.
Well, when she's talking about come out with your strongest offer price at the beginning, I mean, how do you feel about that? Because we're always kind of packing some powder for the second request. If we can get in the game. It's hard to get in the game, as she's saying.
Yeah. I think there are a lot of smart agents in the areas we serve. And almost always, we ask the question to the agents, and this is often, the agent has the biggest influence on this, is how are you going to deal with offers? Are you going to counter a smaller group of offers? Are you going to counter everyone? Are you going to counter it all? If something blows you away, are you going to accept it? We try to get some sense of commitment,
Right.
kind of in those 3 categories. And then we advise our client what kind of offer to write. More often than not, we're looking for them to have at least a little bit of margin left, because most of the offers we write end up with a multi-counter, a best and final. But more often than not these days, they are not multi-countering everyone. So lowballing doesn't work. Yeah, it's the top few. They're definitely not sending out multi-counters to the whole pool of buyers.
Okay, let's keep going.
Most importantly, in fact, I should have started with this. I think you have to waive all the contingencies, which scare the crap out of people. Meaning, you should get pre-qualified for your financing. To go out shopping without financing in hand, you have to be crazy because you have to position yourself as an all-cash buyer today. And everybody's got a brother-in-law that's in the contracting business. I would, if I was buying a house, take a contractor out with me and shop with me, pay him by the hour, just come out and see 3 houses, because that contractor is better, honestly, than an inspection. He could tell you what's wrong with the house so you don't get in over your head.
Wow, man. She is cool. I never thought
Wow.
of that. It's that cool.
Well, it's aggressive.
Badass.
And that language is hard for most to absorb, and she acknowledges that.
Yeah.
Non-contingent offers are hard. I mean, we've written some that are close to that, not fully non-contingent, and clearly, I mean, going out without pre-approval is ridiculous. It's been ridiculous in LA for 20 years. Maybe in other markets it was more acceptable, but going out with a contractor, I mean, look, we're not licensed in any way to do inspections, but certainly our ability to evaluate a property, even as agents, in more detail in this market today, has been highly beneficial, so that there are fewer surprises, so that our clients can be more aggressive.
Yeah, she is right on. I get it. All right, next. I was going to say too, every now and then you see these programs about we will give you cash to get your house, to buy your next house. You're going to be well ahead of everybody else. What do you say to that, at least in LA?
Cash to buy your next house. What are you talking about, John?
So I'm trying to remember the companies, but basically what they say is we will front you the cash so you can get the house that you want to buy because of this frantic market. And I'm sure they charge some sort of high percentage for that. Do you think that really gets you that far ahead in front of a seller, in front of a listing agent?
Well, I
Cash
mean,
versus finance. Yeah.
as she indicated, what does cash equal? Cash equals non-contingent. Okay, so well, there's always a cost. I think we all know that. We're all smart enough to know that. What is the cost? And I don't know the answer as far as what's being offered out there, but I'll say this. You put up a 3% deposit. My guess is you're going to pay more than 3% to do that. Okay. So if you're going to put up a 3% deposit to write your offer, the maximum amount at risk is that 3% if you default. Well, if you're willing to pay someone else that chunk of money, then write your non-contingent offer. And if you fault on the offer, that's the most you can lose. So, but there are other ways to navigate around some of these things if you want to be aggressive. And, it is a case-by-case situation on a comfort level for each buyer. Often a buyer that's buying their second or third home, has more means and more flexibility because you have more means. But B, just kind of understands the process better, so willing to be more aggressive. This is where experience is really moving those buyers ahead of the curve, and it's harder for people to come in who are first-time home buyers or just a little more hesitant to be aggressive.
Okay, let's keep going.
Barbara, you could put me in the depressed category as somebody who's been looking and seeing prices go higher and higher. Let me ask you this, though. When you look at markets around the country, what's one market, one city that you really feel like offers good value for the money? I know that's not how people move, but if you're looking at where things are heating up, where things offer the best value, what city or what markets do you see?
If I had to name one place, I'd say Raleigh. Surprisingly, the average sale price, I might be off by a few dollars, is around $340-ish. You get great value there, and it's also one of the top 3 hottest cities to find real estate. So it's the most competitive, but the values are still undervalued. And so many young families are moving in. It's an educated population. That's probably, in my mind, if you have to narrow it to one, probably the best value right now in America, even though you're going to have to compete to find a house there.
I think we can stop there, Joe.
Everybody go to Raleigh right now.
Yeah, right. I mean, years ago it was Boise, Austin. It's definitely on the. So look, if you can't buy in the market you're in, you start looking for sub-markets, and you look for a culture or a trend in those areas that match who you are. If the air and that's been happening in real estate forever, really. So, I mean, when I bought my house, it wasn't the ideal neighborhood, but I could see that it was moving in the direction to be the ideal neighborhood. And now it looks like, I'm a genius. But it doesn't. You identify some of the trends and you got to jump ahead of the curve. We tell that to our buyers often. If you're waiting for that curve to catch up so you'll commit, there are people ahead of you that are predicting what's going to happen and are willing to take a chance on predicting a shift in a neighborhood to become what they want it to be. And by the time it gets to where you want it to be, now it's in the same category that you can't afford it anymore. So
next submarket. Okay.
I think we're all done with
Raleigh's
this
going to be very happy to hear you say that. I just came back from Durham not too long ago. Great spot to be, lovely down there. But enough real estate for me, Barbara. I want to shift over to your other area of expertise, of course.
All right. Well, there you go.
Yeah, she goes on to talk about business and employment and how actually the employment market is fired up and how it's going to be really hard to find people to work post-pandemic. Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
I thought it was great when she was talking about how thankful and how much she expresses to her employees.
To her employees.
She loves them.
Right.
Smart.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Sure.
Well, great. We will stop that. And let's see. We need to go to solds. And Darren, I want you to know that we've got our new spreadsheet of predictions. So
Oh no.
maybe in a couple weeks we will
I think
see
probably
how
30
right we were.
days. Yeah.
Yeah.
3 more weeks. Yeah. All right. I'm
Okay,
going to be a
so
little
we
more
are in
hesitate since I'm being, monitored here. I'm going to hesitate to make these predictions.
Who was that guy way back? Jimmy the Greek? He was good.
Yeah.
All right, so 35 sold in the last 7 days. This is Northeast Los Angeles. And
And
Darren,
40,
did you have, yeah?
42 new listings. So yeah, a little bit. It was that way last week as well. A few more listings than sold.
Right.
Certainly 2 weeks, and 8 properties isn't identifying a trend, but it's what it is. 2 weeks in a row, we had more new listings than sold.
Cool. Well, let's look at Lakeshore Avenue. We're in our own micro market of Silver Lake Echo Park. So let's take a look. Every time I see a photo, I feel like, I think I've been there.
Yeah. Oh, I've seen that house so many times.
Okay.
I have. It's really strange. It's got a garage right in the middle. It's really
this
strange.
one. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll hit the play button for entertainment. And this is 2042 Lakeshore Avenue. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,226 square feet of living space on a good-sized lot, some hillside, I believe, 10,000 square feet. It sold for $1,040,000. And where did we start? Original list price $1,100,000. Days on market, wow, 151, Darren.
Yeah, it shows $1,049,000 as the original list from what I'm seeing on the quick summary.
Yeah, list price and an original. Mm-hmm.
Oh, got it. So it moved up, and then it sold for less than the list. Got it. It's a kind of, sadly, it's a little bit of a non-emotional remodel. Garage in the middle is a little awkward. It's a great street, though, for sure, and the lot is very steep. It's huge. We've sold some properties on this street in that pocket right there, and somebody's willing to drive a backhoe up the side of that property. How many more do they want to build up that hill?
I was looking at that one picture, and how much more could you do with it?
You just got to get the heavy moving equipment up there, or you build it right off the back of this one. But that's actually a good price for that size lot with a 1,200 square foot finished house.
All right. Okay. Well, congratulations, Eric McCullen, Latoya Bailey. Good job. All right. Next. Is there anything you see on your horizon there, Darren? Let's see.
Gosh, I ran through them quickly and nothing wowed me this week. Usually there's something here or there that kind of jumps out at me. Sure. I think we saw Lucretia last week. Did we see the Lucretia sale last week?
It was maybe, 2-3 weeks ago, I feel.
Maybe it was the listing. Obviously, that's looking.
So, yes, it's beautiful. Like I think you said then, small lot.
Small lot, very nice house. The lot is all house. They did a very nice job on the house, though, to maximize the use and the flow and the openness.
So 1510 Lucretia, it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. It's 2,084 square feet of living space. In a small lot, 2,350, $1,400,000. Whoa. Days on market, 7. There you go. Original list price, $1,249,000.
Yeah, $150K over for a 2,000 square foot lot. It's, if you're comparing it to when that size lot, you're talking about comparing it to a small lot subdivision. I'd take this over a small lot.
Yeah. Wow. Well, congrats, Bobby Rodriguez. Good job. Okay. So I maneuver around.
Went to Griffith Park.
Yeah. Oh, this is the one down, I think. we covered. Okay. All right. Hit the button. So 1743 Griffith Park Boulevard, 2 bedroom, 1 bath, 960 square feet. Sold for $1,119,000. Lot size small again, 2,955. Days on market 7. Boom. List price $1,019,000. So went up a bit. Daniel Shalvardzian. Congratulations. Anything about this one, Darren?
Yeah, 100K bump on that one. It's charming and obviously in a good neighborhood.
Yeah.
So
it's a walk away from Sunset Junction. Very secluded. Yeah. You do have to have strong legs because there are a lot of stairs from the street down. But, yeah, very nice. All right. Okay, anything else here? You want to move to a new area?
Sure.
Let's see. Why does everybody want to call me now? Stop calling. So
let's do Ambrose.
Ambrose? Let me look. Ambrose. Okay, Ambrose. All right.
Pay attention to the photos for those of you out there watching. This is an example of virtual staging.
All right, 4747 Ambrose Avenue. It's a 3 bedroom, 3 bath. Oh, what happened to the furniture?
Yeah, exactly.
1,696 square feet of living space on a 6,500 square foot lot. Sold at $1,685,000. Took 10 days on the market, and it started at $1,695,000. Brought to us by Sarah Deskins.
Right. It's got a detached studio / converted garage. Nice space, in good condition, and I think appropriately priced. It's not as common these days to see something sell for the price very close to the price it lists at.
Sorry about that, guys. Now we have photos. Don't be sad, Nikotos. Nikotos is sad on Facebook. Sorry, Nick. We're all over it. Okay. Yeah. Let's move on. Okay. Oops. Darren, as you're looking, let's see.
Let's look at a big one, man. Let's check out Aberdeen.
Okay. All right. New sold listings. Jumping back in. Okay. Aberdeen. Okay. Oh, that looks beautiful already. Okay. Okay, 2600 Aberdeen Avenue, 6 bedrooms, 7 baths, 6,958 square feet of living space on a 38,000 square foot lot. Wow, 7,800,000. Took 18 days to get this off the market. Brought to us by a Juan Longfellow. I talked to one, and Louise Leach. So, let's see.
That's it. One photo,
One.
unfortunately.
That's it.
Yeah.
Privacy.
Yep, exactly.
All right.
Yeah, you buyers out there, we don't do it a lot, but it is something you can request in your offer, a seller can say no, but you can ask that photos be removed prior to close. So before they close it out, there you go, one photo. That's all anybody ever sees.
Okay, well, let's check out the next one, just because it's a low price. 5220 Coney Road. Gotta trim that bush. 5220 Coney Road. It's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath. It's 900 square feet, and on a 4,831 square foot lot, sold at $650,000. What a great price! Listed at $650,000. Took 9 days on the market. Brought to us by Dennis Smith and Nicoletta Smith. Sound related.
And who sold it there?
I'm sorry?
Who sold it? Who's the selling agent, Joe?
Oh, Wayne Wong of Keller Williams, Beverly Hills. So out of area.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that is a great price. In El Sereno, kind of $900 to $1 million is not unheard of these days. So maybe there's some upside potential there.
So it does say, agent remarks, tenants in possession as of now, but will be vacating ASAP. Okay, ASAP. We need to coordinate. So maybe that's why it was lower. They had to take it. Okay. Darren, do you see anything else?
Sure. Hartwick, 5185 Hartwick.
H-A-R-T. Let's see. H-A-R-T. Wait, there it is. All right. Darren, we have a second sad face. Is it because of the real estate market? Come on, guys. Keep smiling. All right. It's taking a while. So, as it loads up, hopefully it loads up. 5185 Hartwick, 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,329 square feet of living space on a 7,700 square foot lot. $1,020,000 here. Oh, there it goes. Taking a while. Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh, this was a, yeah, I remember it. Yeah. So, took 42 days on the market. It started at $849,000 list price. Remember, this did need some work, didn't it, Darren?
For sure. I mean, it's a great neighborhood, and the lot is really big. Most of the lots.
Say again.
Are quite priced and sold at $1,020,000. They use cosmetic improvements.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be nice to see this later. See what they do to it. Okay.
Right.
I think I need to clear my browser a bit. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Right. Anything else, Darren? As I'm looking.
Yeah, let's look at 4920 Los Robles.
4920 Los Robles. There it is.
Like the previous one, this one sold for $150K over list price.
Yeah, I remember looking at this. All right.
Yeah.
So 4920 Los Robles, it's a 2 bedroom, 1 bath. It's 1,186 of living space, and it's on a fairly large hill lot, 8,309 square feet, sold at 946, started a listing price of 799,000. Days on market was 17 days, brought to us by Tracy King and Keely Myers. Um, well, it went up significantly, just as planned.
Yeah, one of the hardest conversations to have with a buyer is, and we've talked about this before as well. That's the list price. Where is it really going?
Yeah.
This was one of those. It's obvious. It's got enough charm. Sure, it has shortcomings, but people are willing to make up for those in this market. And neighborhood and charm was enough to push this one up 150K.
Yeah, nice neighborhood, cul-de-sac, kind of off by itself. All right, next. Picking out some good ones, man. Let's see. Oh, let me do that. How about
Let's do one that went down in price. Sure, let's do Lock Haven after that.
Okay. Okay, 4798 Rock Row. It's a small lot. 2 bedroom, 2 bath, 1,693 square feet. On a small lot, 1,531. Started at 849,000 as a list price. Ended at 975,000. Took 13 days on the market.
Yeah, this was one of
Joy
the
Bolger.
very early small lots.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly when they started. I know I was on some committee, some organization in the community when they were talking about even developing the conditions on what to build. But this was built in 2010.
Mhm.
They're resold quite a few of these. This was a very early successful project in Eagle Rock, and there weren't a lot.
Good idea. Good idea on that book case. Love that.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. And then, let's see, you wanted to go to Lock Haven, did you say?
Yeah.
All right. Let's look. Lock. There she is. All right.
It's not attractive, and I know that.
5034 Lock Haven Avenue. All right. 5 bedroom, 3 bath, 2,445 square feet of living space on 5,999 square feet of lot. Sold at $1,075,000. Wow. Days on market 18. Started at $1,200,000. And
Right.
yeah, a win for the buyer. There you go.
Yeah, I like to show this because it's a win for sure. Everything's going up 150, 250. So this one came down 125. It's a newer build at 85. And it looks like the inside is still very 1985. The outside could be worked with. It looks like a very solid structure in that neighborhood up above Eagle Rock Plaza there. There's some value to be found there often. But it's a good structure. And if you look at it, you're getting an enormous house at almost 2,500 square feet, 5 bedroom, 2 bath, 150,000, maybe 200,000 will go a long way. And in this market to end up at, under 1.3 for a 2,500 square foot house, if that's the plan, you're gonna actually feel like you got a good deal if you have that money to invest to bring it up to what you want it to be. Or we might see it as a flip. We might
Yeah.
see it, in 4 to 6 months, or maybe even less, because they're not adding square footage and it can be done a lot faster. And we might be seeing it at 1.5, 1.6.
Is that the next guessing game, Darren? What will be flipped?
No, too far.
Yeah, all right.
Don't put that one on your chart, man.
Well, it's got a little Japanese rock garden, like you said. Looks like a solid house. Good job. Good victory for somebody. All right.
Yeah.
Next.
Yeah, and I will say this is an example when I don't know what the seller situation is. Clearly, I don't, but they didn't maximize their return. They didn't do prep to get a higher price, because I think with some work they probably could have gotten at least their list price with a small investment, being 20 to 30,000 would have gone a long way.
Yep. That Tide box really cost them. Crane Boulevard? 66
Sure.
Crane? Okay. Looks very nice. Okay. 626 Crane Boulevard. This is in Mount Washington. It's a 3-bedroom, 3-bath, 2,253 square feet on a lot size of 4,200 square feet. $1,415,000. Started at $1,198,000. Days on market 13. Fairly new build, 1999. Brought to us by Dan Mancinelli and Brian Moore. Yeah, typical Mount Washington, good view.
Yeah, there's a series of homes that was built in various booms in Mount Washington. You've got, in this area, you've got a lot of the 1920s, 1930s, but then you've got these very, very large homes. And for this area, it's a very large home that was built and, has the style of the older era. This one was built just before 2000, so it's a little more modern. But there was a good amount built in the 80s boom and into the 90s as well. So, yeah, good price. I think it was underpriced when it went to market, because it looks like it's in very good condition and good size, and it's desirable neighborhood.
Okay. Well, Darren, I was going to switch over to news, but before that, let's see. I wanted to congratulate. Let's see, where is it here? Our clients. Let's see. See if I can do this.
I wanted to do one more, Joe.
Oh,
just one.
Please. All
right.
Go ahead.
Let's do Pollard, because I like ending on properties that are inspiring to me.
Okay. Hold on. Let me get in there. Okay. You said Pollard? Poll?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. 6654 Pollard. Pollard.
Okay. Now, why are you inspired with this? So we open it up.
Well, I will say it's an example of, again, design. This is a transitional neighborhood. Okay. It's not like established Silver Lake or even Echo Park. It's a little more transitional. It's an area of Highland Park. But it's an 1,100 square foot house. And my guess is, because it's defined as TA, maybe it's even smaller on record. That's listed for $999 and sold $252,000 over list price.
Wow.
For a house of that size in a transitional neighborhood, what you're seeing here is truly inspiration from the design, the preparation, the staging, the yard, the overall presentation of the house. And it really just hits home with how far design goes in selling a space in the areas that we serve.
Got the office space. Yeah. Great. 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Yeah. Like you said, 1,165 square feet on a nice sized 7,000 square foot lot. in, let's see, Garvanza, days on market, and it started at 999,000. Good for them. Brought to us by our good colleague, Rob Calick. Good job. Oh,
Yeah.
look at that. Fire pit and everything.
Yeah. I mean, really, and this is one of those where when I look at it here, and
Mm-hmm.
Rob's a great agent, and I'm sure he had some input and some guidance, but these people mostly live this way, just because of the age and the natural wear of some of the components of the design and the layout. I can tell it wasn't all redone to prep for sale. The mature landscaping. So that's always nice to see to me. People who actually lived a little more of the artsy element, and then you're altering it slightly maybe to go to market. It's a great thing.
Well, what a confirmation of good decisions made. Yeah, in a price like that. Good for them.
Yep.
All right. Okay. Good one, man. All right. So who did I want to? Oh, here we go. All right. So happy clients. Just wanted to congratulate Fabio and his partner, Addison. They brought the dogs out, and we gave them their keys, and they are happy homeowners in Tahunga, of all places. Who would have thought?
Yeah, boy, they also got almost an acre. Just a crazy amount of land. They live in a forest, man.
Yeah, there's the forest starting. And I'd say maybe they're a quick 5-minute walk to Angeles Crest Forest. Really happy for them. What a great match for not just them, but the seller, who I think, Darren, a day later it expired. This had been on the market a while.
Well, we saw it, and then it expired as we were talking about it, and then followed up on it still. Right, so it was expired by the time we wrote our offer.
Amazing.
It was a hard match, and also, that's awesome, man. The guy who owned it, he was a baseball coach. I mean, there's it's crazy the amount of land and space you're getting there.
Now, I think on record it was 600 square feet.
Yeah, they tried to sell it and they couldn't find a good match.
Yeah. We'll probably revisit this later on.
On record, it was less.
Modeling plans. It was like 5 something. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you remember, we needed an exception to Fannie Freddie guidelines to get approval because of the small square footage. That's actually, did not know that previous to this transaction, that there's a minimum square footage to meet their general guidelines. Choice of lenders, even the listing agent believed that it had to be a cash deal, and I think that squashed it for a long time.
Right? After all that time.
If he was telling people it had to be cash, then they were walking away. We said, no, we'll make it work as a loan. And we did.
All right. Well, congrats to you guys. You may have arguably had the best deal in Los Angeles lately. $445,000.
Yeah, we had some negotiating power there. That was awesome. Right.
All right. So let me get out of here and go to the new listings. Last 7 days. Let's see.
I like your flow, Joe. It's nice to drop that in between the listings.
Yeah. We'll have some others coming up. Let's see. Okay. All right. So I'm striking this first by our neighborhood. Anything there's catching your eye? Let's see. Did we do Coronado Terrace before? 817 Coronado? I think we did. We did that last week.
I'm not seeing Coronado Terrace on my list yet.
817 Coronado. Let's see. Okay, let's take a look. I think we talked about this. No, maybe not.
Yeah, we may have.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, no, we didn't.
Yeah.
So 817 Coronado Terrace. It's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 2,390 square feet of living space on a 6,998 square foot lot. Listing at $1,625,000 and just came on today. 1890 original build, brought to us by Margaret Cashin. All right, Margaret.
What's our square footage?
2,390.
The big house. Yeah.
Yeah. You don't see it up in the
Yeah,
front much.
looks charming. Looks nice.
Yeah.
Looks right. Yeah, a lot of these hillside homes can be deceptive. Sometimes they look really big and you go in and they're small, and vice versa here. So, yeah, it looks clean. Looks very clean.
Yeah, certainly seems like they've done some modern adjustments to it between skylights. Look at that view. Nice. Yeah, it's definitely not an 18.
Yeah, I mean it's south of Sunset, so personally maybe it's a little high in price, but
I was going to say it's
but
pushy,
hey,
isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. But this is some sellers are just testing the market, and it is what it is. If a buyer doesn't come, they can reduce their price.
Yeah. Well, it's got a really unique look in the front. You don't see that. Okay. Next. Okay.
Want to do Angeles, 1516 Angeles.
Okay. Oh, that's pretty. All right. Okay, so 1516 Angeles Avenue, 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,239 square feet, listing at $1,450,000. It's on a 5,750 square foot lot, and days on market 5. And 1936 is the original build, brought to us by Darcy Kay and Ron Viola. Let me try some descriptions here. Dreamy Spanish bungalow in the highly coveted Silver Lake Hills was meticulously reimagined in 2012 with a wonderful combination of original details and splashes of modern design and amenities. Welcoming living room with high ceilings, tiled wood burning fireplace, oversized front window, and built-in bookcases, warm wood flooring throughout the home, formal dining room, kitchen with custom cabinetry, Caesar stone counters, O'Keefe and Merritt stove, and breakfast nook. French doors from lovely master suite, open to deck, and beautiful manicured 2-tiered yard. Entertain al fresco or spend some alone time in the private meditation space. Separate office outfitted with built-ins and split system HVAC, tankless hot water heater, dual pane windows, newer roof, HVAC, water filtration, electric awning for the back patio, and security systems. Best of Silver Lake is nearby, including the reservoir, Silver Lake Dog Park, La Mille Coffee, Sunset Junction, and so much more. All right. That's it.
Yeah, it's just cohesive, designed house, designed yard, detached office. Again, somebody seemed to live in this space and really put some energy into it. Yeah. You can tell, man, but somebody, compared to flipping a house, if somebody lives there, like the smallest nuances are addressed.
Yeah.
And it makes a difference.
All right. Exciting. All right. So. Lakeview? Okay.
Sure. There's a couple there with no photos. That's too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this is a decent price. Let's see what it looks like. Another Spanish. Okay, 2616 Lakeview Avenue, 2 bedroom, 2 bath, 1,218 square feet on a 6,000 square foot lot, listing at $1,098,000. It's been on the market 4 days, and original 1936 build, brought to us by Alice Roxas and Catherine Roxas. Description. Views of the city and
Gosh,
city lights
I
at
like
night.
seeing some different names.
See city lights at night. Relax and enjoy the breeze in the cabana by the pool. The Spanish Charmer sits above the street as a highly desirable part of Silver Lake. Hardwood floors most throughout. Tiles in kitchen and bathrooms. Living room with huge French windows, beam ceilings, recessed lighting, and fireplace that is back to back in the living room and den. Dining room is bright with lots of windows, one with decorative stained glass and chandelier. Kitchen has stainless refrigerator, lots of cabinets, center island, and recessed lighting. Very cozy and inviting floor plan to enjoy and relax. Central air heat. You can also see the lake from the front of the property, close to everything. All right. Offers due 4/21, 1 p.m.
Yeah, so from a listing perspective, they're very, very poor photos.
Yeah.
Sadly, I don't want to jump out and put down an agent, but they're all very dark. They did not do a good job on the photos. This is a pool home, and there are not a lot of pool homes in this side of town. And when you get to the photos of the pool, there's a spectacular view off the back, the mountains, where the pool is. So great for entertaining, certainly. And the house has a lot of charm. You can see it. It's not very vibrant. It's not popping because of the photos, and it's a little dated in some areas, so somewhat justifies the price. But I'm going to make my first prediction here, Joe.
Uh-oh, here we go. Got my pen. Here we go.
All right.
2616 Lakeview.
With that pool and the view, and gosh, man, I think this goes for 1.4.
0.4. And what's JC going to say? I'm a fool. 1.5. There we go. All right. Good one. I was going to say too, with bad photos, you might be limiting your audience of buyers pretty quickly. It's very important to get the right photos.
And I'll make a quick point on that. There's another level of photos that's becoming a little more mainstream. It's not fully mainstreamed industry-wise, but like absolute vibrant enhancements in the photos. I don't think that makes a difference, in all sincerity.
I'm sorry,
they should.
What?
The over vibrant photos, where they're like taking every photo and amplifying every contrast.
Oversaturated.
Yeah. It's not even saturated. It's just like they're all such a pop. They're all so vibrant. It's like a painting. My concern when they're that vibrant is that you might show up and just be disappointed. I think good colors, good contrast. Sometimes staging helps bring that in if the property doesn't have it already. That's important. But you just want bright, and we always talk about that. We go and you turn on any good photographer. Walk in, turn on every single light in the house. It's in addition to choosing angles and trying to capture the space, you do want to make sure things are bright and clear. And the majority of listings are good or better than good. That just happened to be one on that last one that was a bit of a struggle.
Okay, let's try 2584 Hyler. I think this is Eagle Rock. Okay. Okay, 2584 Hyler, 3 bedroom, 3 bath, 2,448 square feet. Nice high ceilings there. Lot size 6,792 square feet. Listing at 1,149,000. Days on market 7, and built 2004. Brought to us by Deirdre Solomon and Shannon Reed. Let's see, description. Ready, set, go. Daydreaming about that first soiree? You know it has to be the bee's knees. Oh boy, here we go. Step inside and let out a little gasp at the grand scale and light of the main floor. Upstairs space that opens up to deck with hillside views, an area enough to create multiple seating nooks. Can we just stop and gawk at that kitchen and powder room for a drop the mic moment? Culinarians, take note. You might just want to move into this space and never ever leave. This home is a party on the top and slumber below. Downstairs, 3 generous bedrooms, 2 with balconies, bathrooms, 2 more below. 1 very lavish, complete with bathtub, massive mirror, and private dressing room. Not your cookie cutter home. All finishes have been thoughtfully chosen, from colors and wall treatments to fixtures, all in designer collaboration. We would be amiss if we didn't mention the garage, with entrance to the kitchen and new epoxy floor, perfect for an art studio, office, or even parking. The yard is a blank canvas, large and flat, ready for you to fill with the gardens of your choice. This home has been completely reimagined from head to toe, making it a haven, a warm and welcoming space for all who enter, positioned on a quiet cul-de-sac in the hills of Eagle Rock, close to shops and eateries. All right.
Wow, she put some energy into that write-up. That's awesome.
Yeah.
She's putting you mentally in the space. It's a big space. It's a really big space. It's 2,500 square feet. It's very, very well priced for that square footage. Again, we just talked about the one at an Eagle Rock that sold for $1,050,000. This one has a lot of interior finishes that are quite nice. A lot of contrast. Reads very open. The exterior lacks a lot. And as she showed as an agent, she's called it a blank canvas. That's definitely where effort needs to be put, and emphasizing that once you're inside, you don't want to go outside. I'd rather be inside than outside on this house. But you can make the outside a space to be more desired if you want to put the energy there. A lot of square footage, great price.
Yeah, really tasteful inside. You want to put a guess on this one?
You don't have an inspiration inside and outside. I'm gonna say 1.35.
Okay. TH 1.35. JC is 1.4. Okay. All right.
Gosh, Joe, you just want to pay more for all these things.
Okay.
I want to see Macolo.
Okay.
I feel like I'm trying to remember the history on this. I don't have the agent link live. I think you do. I think you recognize this property. 1301 McCullough.
Okay. 1301. Okay. Oops. Link. All right. 1301 McCullum. 4-bedroom, 4-bath, 2,256 square feet, 2,300,000. Oh yes. Lot size 5,191. Days on market 5, and 1925 was the original build. See no sign of that.
So
Monica Singer presenting.
Can you tell me if this sold? Did it sell a couple of years ago?
It did, man. This
and
was Alex.
What it sold for? I know.
Took him a while to sell it.
It did.
Yeah. Let's see. Looking at the history. Closed 10/19/2017. No. 1,125,000. Oh wow. Yeah. Let's see. Canceled 2019. It was at 1,750,000. Gosh. So it didn't sell?
Wow. Yeah, that's what I wanted to see. So again, I just don't think this is the ideal match. I think this is a builder who didn't quite understand what the neighborhood wanted. It's got a lot of exposure on a corner lot. It's already way pushing the price point.
So I'm looking here. Hold on. Recording date 1/7/2020. Sale date 12/16/2019. Sale price $1,850,000. Okay,
25.
there we are. Yeah.
Yeah.
$1,850,000.
We were looking at some of these sales. We were in that 2 million range for some other listings. I remember that. So, gosh, I wonder what happened. I'm sorry to see them listing it. They are absolutely pushing that price point yet again. And I think they'll struggle to sell it even in this market at that price point on that corner. You just don't get a sense of privacy there.
Yeah. Everything is up above the street. Yeah. With no landscaping. Yeah.
So
Interesting.
we'll see what happens.
Okay. Okay. Is there anything else in Eagle Rock, the 93 that you?
Let's do 194. I like, Ave 33. We're pushing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Avenue 33. Let's go. Link. All right. 2831 West Avenue 33. It's a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,818 square feet of living space on a 7,511 square foot lot. $1,075,000 is the list price, and it's been on the market for 5 days. And original build 1954. You see a little bit of that. Brought to us by Tracy Doe and Richard Michelovsky. So joint. Okay. Let me try reading this. On the market for the first time since 1954, this treasured family compound in Glassell Park presents a spacious 2-bedroom apartments, both delivered vacant. It's a great opportunity for an owner, user, or you can lease out both units purely for income. Each dwelling features 2 bedrooms, 1 bath, abundant sunlight, and vintage charm, including original tile in the kitchens and baths. The generous 7,500 square foot lot offers a covered patio, grassy fenced-in yard, and myriad possibilities to create the outdoor areas that best suit your needs. Handy amenities include a detached garage, storage shed, and a long, wide gated driveway for off-street parking. This trendy location is within a few short blocks of Habitat Coffee, Wife, and the Somme, Lemon Poppy Kitchen, Target, and more. Atwater Village and Highland Park are within easy reach, along with scenic hiking trails on neighboring Mount Washington. Offers due, Darren, 4/22 at 10 a.m.
I don't know what to say here. 2 ones. It's nice that they're both vacant. No, it's not. I'm not liking that trend at all in the industry.
Yeah.
It's clearly multi-units and they've listed it as single family, but it's drawing people in. So, gosh, man, all carpet, not even, if there was carpet, not even the best carpet, dated kitchens and bathrooms. And I don't know. Look, the reality is I know the majority of homes that are listed by that team sell at or above. There's a trend to just market below list price, but we'll see if this one does. We've got our units that you mentioned at the beginning in Highland Park coming to market, and certainly I think there is more and more of a trend for people just to accept that they're going to live in units and be a landlord to be able to buy a house. And this would fall into that category. You live in your 2-1, you collect, I'm guessing with some upgrades, somewhere in the range of $2,500 to $3,000 for the other 2-1, and pays a large chunk of your mortgage, and you can afford to buy a house then. I think we're just going to continue to see more and more of that.
All right, next. Okay.
And by the way, I will say, if you're out there in the market and don't understand the dynamics of that, we had that conversation just the other day with someone who really didn't grasp it. And you qualify for substantially more when you do that. So if you qualified for an $800,000 house and can't find a place, you
Good.
can easily move up to 1.2 with a vacant unit that's going to collect good rent and still actually be paying less every month than you would have for what you qualified for.
Good point, Darren. Yep. Okay, let's go to Cazador. We have a client nearby there, and looks like a very decent price. 3952 Cazador. Oh, this place. This place I feel has been in limbo between rent and for sale for like 5 years. So bizarre. Okay. 3952 Cazador Street. It is a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. It's 1,075 square feet on a 5,116 square foot lot, starting at 885,000. Great price. Days on market 3. Original build 1954. Brought to us by Joanna Saul, Brad Holmes.
Yeah.
Okay, nestled into the hills of Glassell Park, this mid-century treehouse with stunning wood plank ceilings and serene hillside views is truly a special home. Inside, the light, bright, and airy home has rich hardwood flooring, 2 generously sized bedrooms, a classic kitchen, and a full bathroom. The lower level has a versatile separate studio space with attached bathroom and tons of storage. The large deck provides a perfect spot for entertaining or quiet dinners at home while watching the sunset. Even though the home is in the heart of Glassell Park and minutes from all of the great amenities Neela has to offer, it truly has the feel of a private sanctuary from the city. Offer deadline 4/23, 10 a.m. Original, public rec state, 2-bedroom, 1-bath, and 900 square feet. Okay. That's it.
Yeah, it shows well. Even when you have some dated things, if it's well designed and laid out and painted clean, it just shows better. So yeah, my guess is $1,050,000.
Okay, writing this down. What is it? 3952 Cazador, $1,050,000. Okay, and JC says, "Sorry, man. I don't know. Maybe it's just."
You're going above me on this one. I know you
I'm
are.
going above.
I know.
$1,100,000. Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll see.
I get it.
Yeah. Okay. Good one.
So Moss below that is similar. I mean, it is
Okay.
similar. It's got an extra bathroom. It's a little bigger in size, listed for 10,000 more.
Boss. Hold on. Boss.
2255 Moss.
Oh, there she is. Oh. Okay. 2255 Moss. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,235 square feet of living space on 9,925 square feet of lot. 895,000. Days on market today. Just started. 1932 was the original build. Brought to us by Mary Dix over at Compass. And let me read. Located in the hills of Glassell Park, this charming Spanish-style home can be found at the top of the hill with breathtaking views of the canyon surrounding you. Winding your way up through the garden to the front door, you will find multiple areas for gardening, plus shaded areas to relax amongst the native California landscape. A large porch just off the downstairs bedroom overlooks the canyon and is perfect for entertaining and cozying up next to the fire pit. Inside, you will find an open living space blending with the backyard to create an indoor-outdoor living room topped off with a hot tub and built-in barbecue. The primary bedroom opens to its own private deck above the main floor, while the second bedroom downstairs has its own entrance and can be used as an office or bedroom, and even features its own little wine cellar. On an almost 10,000 square foot lot, this home provides views of the surrounding hills and the peace and quiet provided by its location at the end of the street. With endless opportunities, 2255 Moss Avenue is a special place hidden above all of the chaos of the world. Public record states 4-bedroom, 1-bath. Solar solar panels are owned. I think that's it.
Cool.
All right.
Let's stay in that same pocket and go to 2308 Arthur, which is a step up from a design perspective.
All right. 2308. Okay. $2308 Arthur, 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 1,115 square feet. Another good price, $849,000 list on a small 2,250 square foot lot. Days on market 7. Original build 1939. Brought to us by Natalia Sherbatyuk. Okay. Okay. Welcome to your new garden home tucked away in the hillside neighborhood of prime Glassell Park with gorgeous sunset views of the Griffith Observatory. This home was meticulously designed by an esteemed fashion designer based in Los Angeles. Upon visiting the home, you're immediately greeted by a 50-foot span of mature bamboo and custom herringbone redwood fencing, and giving the sense of seclusion and privacy we all seek. Upon entering the gate, one is greeted by a private and serene garden with mature plants and trees nestled around a beautifully custom-built Moroccan tiled 350 square foot patio. Enjoy an afternoon outdoor lunch and watch the hawks circle the canyons of Mount Washington. Floor to ceiling windows overlooking the patio and garden give this home the indoor-outdoor flow all Angelinos want. New hardwood floors, deep basin stone sink, designer hardware, and oversized windows. Enjoy an afternoon sun bath on your private wrap-around wooden deck with sliding glass doors into the dining room. Large master bedroom with generous closets adjacent to the stunning bathroom, complete with stone-soaking tub, raw brass water mark shower system, and black stone trough double sink. Smart home features include blah, blah, blah. Okay. Offers due 4/19. Oh, is that today? 12 p.m.
Yes.
That is it. Days on market 7. Hope you saw it. Okay. Let's see. If you would like to send in personal letters for sellers, please send them in a separate file. Okay. Comments here? I didn't look at the pictures. Let's see.
Yeah,
Design.
It's beautiful. It is. It's very nicely done. It's small. This is what a lot of the high design houses, certainly ones that artists live in, often they're lower price, smaller, but they make them beautiful because they live in the space and they just think about it a lot and make it, it's well thought out and executed. So lovely house. Good representation.
Just as you were saying that, and as I was reading it.
So 8-4. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just going to say, small house, 1,115 square feet. But as I kept reading the details and all that, it really expanded my head in terms of the house itself and the value. Again, not a large house, but like you said, a lot of great decisions and design choices. Makes you appreciate it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's great.
I have some comments. Let's see. BB Jacobs, Q Jacobs says, thank you for doing these live streams. Love it. And then she says, can you walk me through the MLS matrix spreadsheet? What are some of the key info on the matrix that you're looking for on the listing? Well, that's a good question. Well, we're here in the matrix, as they say. Darren, you want to point out some things that we start looking for?
The question isn't perfectly clear, but we're looking for the fundamentals: bedroom, bathroom, square footage, lot size. Then we tend to hone in on neighborhood to see if the price makes sense in relation. One thing to look out for often is the follow-up on whether the square footage matches
Yeah.
the actual public records, whether all the bedroom bathrooms called out match. Sometimes that info isn't available on the public side. It's it can be available only on the agent's side, but that's why having that connection and follow-up is important.
Yep. Yeah, a lot
Um,
of this information are is on the public sites that we all know and love, right? Zillow, Redfin, but it really is that agent information that we're able to gather and get. And as you said, we all as agents have our tactics or our strategies about presenting these properties. You really have to dig just a little bit more due diligence.
Yeah, and we're sitting here talking about, estimates on value in the future, and that's just based on our knowledge of the neighborhoods. When you travel out to other areas, if you're trying to look for some insight on what it's going to sell for, these other sites also do offer comps, which sometimes can be misleading. Sometimes they can be accurate, but if you know a neighborhood and know what really draws people to purchase in those neighborhoods, that's where we're coming from. And the list price these days doesn't mean much. 150 over, 250, 150 below, 250 over. It's just all over the place. It really is property by property what people are willing to pay these days. It's much more emotional than it may have been in the past, which is why we hone in on the emotional components when they prepare a property to attract people on that level. It's important from a seller perspective. It really helps it sell for more. If you're working with buyers, or if you're a buyer yourself, it's almost like you want it to be less emotional, just so the price won't go up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or bad pictures, or et cetera, et cetera.
So let's see. I'm looking at the bottom, Darren. Did we talk about 724 Montecito Drive? I know there was something.
We did. It's if it sells at that price point. I mean, it's a huge house, 3,000 square feet. I think.
Yeah.
We talk about this all the time. Montecito Heights is so undervalued.
I'm trying to
So
remember where that house is. Where is
it's
it?
on Lower Montecito.
Got it.
It's not up the hill. And the top is the prime, the circle. The closer you get to the circle, the better. But
Got it. Yep. Okay. There was also something on Latona.
we've seen that
And
one. It's relisted multiple times. Yeah, so this is something interesting for you buyers out there. That's another thing that as an agent we hone in on. And again, those other sites kind of give you some insight sometimes, but agents can list a property as a new listing, cancel it and relist it, and it comes up as a new listing. And we all know nowadays, if you're a couple weeks old, you're old news. So that is a tactic that some people take. If you've been in the market for a while, maybe you'll go, oh, I recognize that. It
Yeah.
shows up as a new listing and it's not. But if you're new to the market in the last 30 days and you didn't recognize it, you're going to think that's a new listing and respond quickly as if it is.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember we did go over this one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Next.
Maybe one more.
Yeah. Well, I was
It's going
going
to
to
call
say,
us.
yeah, hold on. Call us. Okay.
Oh, we can also do, we can do one after that. We'll do Huntington Drive.
Okay. All right. Let's play this thing. 3711 Collis Avenue. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. It's 1,712 square feet of living. The lot size is 7,499, and the list $989,000. It's been on the market for 4 days. Started build in 1939. Brought to us by Miguel, our good colleague Miguel.
Good draws up.
Yeah.
Oh, with a pool.
So-
Look at that pool.
Yeah. Let's read it here. This reimagined mid-century bungalow is ready for this upcoming summer season. Completely remodeled with tasteful finishes inside the house and a paradise-like backyard with a pool cabana and built-in barbecue, making you wish summertime was already here. featuring master suite with a total of 3 bedrooms and 2 baths. Open floor plan that flows from the front of the house to the back, ideal for entertaining. Collis is well known to be one of the best pockets in Northeast Los Angeles. Beautiful mature trees create a canopy covering the streets above. Friendly neighborhoods and convenient location close to downtown LA and Nela make you fall in love with this home even more. Let's see here. Anything else? No, that's it.
Collis is a great street in El Sereno. It's also close to one of the areas of El Sereno, a little closer to Highland Park, Monterey Hills, and I think that's desirable for those transitioning into El Sereno. One of the issues with El Sereno ends up being accessibility to freeways, to commercial activities, and Collis is a great street. This is a lovely house, and again, not a lot of pool houses. I think he'll do very well with this house. My guess
Great
on this one would be,
yeah.
I'm going to say 1.4.
Ooh, for El Sereno.
I think this one's really going to jump. I know.
Well, here I have.
They're not going to be able to have an appraisal contingency.
3711 Collis. So DH thinks 1.4. Okay. And JC thinks, God, man.
You're not going above me on this one.
I'm going to go 1.401.
You're still going above me.
It's really nice.
I know. I'm going 400K above list price.
Yeah, really good stuff. All right, good luck on that, Miguel. So I had one. Did you have one other? Because I had one I wanted to end on, just because I saw it.
Sure. Just end on yours. That's fine.
Yeah. All right. Where is it? Just saw it, and we were talking about it. Okay. So this is 2610 Thomas.
Oh, yeah.
As you can see here, just Kid Floria with the view. Right up there with Hollywood Hills, maybe even better. No obstructions. It's a 4-bedroom, 2-bath that we saw. It was 1,477 square feet of living space on a 14,115 square foot lot. Questions of usability for at least half of it or more. But 825,000 list. It's been on the market for 4 days. I think he wanted offers today. James Bobbitt, Orange County Realtor. But my question on this really was just about price. I'll save the description for another time. But, it's in a neighborhood that is varied in value, in quality of homes.
Yeah.
I just wonder where this is going to go at 825. There are some new builds on this street. It had a charm.
Yeah. Happy Valley is an interesting pocket. Collis is close to it on another side of it. It's a little rougher off of Broadway and Thomas there. And even the house doesn't have they haven't done much on the outside. They haven't done anything really with the yard. So I think it's going to have some limitations because of that. It's certainly appealing at this price point because it doesn't seem like there's very much available in the 8s even. So I don't think it's
really
going to go that
existing on
crazy.
that view, both sides.
Yeah, 100%. Yes. And the view is important, but it's not like you're going to be standing there thinking about the house on 4th of July while fireworks are being fired off. The other finishes are okay. They're not, honestly, they're not greatly inspirational. They're fine. I think you end up,
Where do you think this goes? $1 million? Do you get over $1 million?
No. I don't think so. I think you end up at 900. I don't think it's going to go up that much.
Wow.
It's still overpriced for the area.
Yeah.
In that pocket.
Okay, I'm just going to split the difference. 950. Okay.
Damn. You need to put yours out there first next time. And I can respond to yours.
All right. Well, let's see. Let me get rid of this stuff. And okay, no more questions. I'm going to stop sharing.
I want to say,
What? Go ahead.
well, we have a topic for next week, which often we're figuring it out midweek, unless something like really big happens that will shift. It is about, we're going to talk a little bit about some of what's going on the federal level to try to create, to broaden the home ownership and first-time home buyers programs. Some have already come out, been approved. They're a bit limited, first-generation home buyers. But there's some good conversations going on out there about this topic, and it's something you and I have a lot of empathy in regards to, something we talk about a lot. Prices seem really high, so we're excited about options for more people to get into homes. So we'll be talking about that next week.
Great. Good teaser, Darren. We're getting really good at this. Can I just say?
Don't go there.
And finally, for those of you that imbibe, I want to remind you of a major holiday for some, 420, Tuesday, tomorrow. For those of you that need it, enjoy it, and just have a great week. All right, we'll talk to you later. Bye, guys.
Bye.